Atlanta's Korean Festival. Hamburg in Paris, the city of fashion. American DJ in love with Korean indie music. A garage sale becomes a local mainstay. Author Han Kang communicates with readers. Professor Ahn Ho-seok nurtures New Zealand's robotics. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Chung Se-mi. A neighborhood in the town of Concord, North Carolina in the United States put together a Christmas in October, a good 2 months early because of a certain resident. Local resident Michelle Fidel has stage 4 breast cancer, which has spread to other organs. Her favorite holiday is Christmas, so her family decorated their residence with Christmas ornaments. And shortly, word spread and her neighborhood followed suit. Fidel, riding her wheelchair, is said to have enjoyed the early Christmas festivities in her neighborhood. This is probably the warmest way to send a farewell to your neighbor. How about preparing a surprise for the special people around you? On that note, let's turn to our first story today. Every autumn, a Korean festival takes place in the U.S. city of Atlanta, Georgia. This year, there was a match of sirim, or Korean traditional wrestling, just one of the many things visitors could enjoy. Let's find out more.
Once the whistle blows, the wrestlers spare no strength and effort. What the foreigners lack in technique, they make up for it in passion. This is a match of sirim, or Korean traditional wrestling, at this year's Korean festival in Atlanta, the U.S. 20 Americans and Koreans took part in the competition.
It's a lot of skill and strength. It's very, very tough. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I would do it again.
It was different from the normal wrestling when I played it, but the sand makes it harder for us to stand on, and it was a really good. We really enjoyed playing the game, though.
This is Atlanta's first large-scale sirim event.
이것도 하나의 소통이죠. 살과 살과의 서로 마찰함으로써 땀과 땀이 만날 때 우리 교포들이 화합이 된다고 저는 생각해가지고.
The Korean festival has been a beacon of Korean culture in the southeastern United States for 7 years now. There is also a unique cooking competition calling for the best dish with kimchi and the best instant noodles. Some 20,000 people took part in this year's festival and enjoyed Korean culture.
첫째가 이제 5살이고 둘째가 3살이에요. 여기서 태어난 아이들이어서 보여주고 싶은 거예요. 한국 사람들 그리고 문화.
Next year's festival will be themed in archery, a sport dominated by Korea. Many are already looking forward to what's in store for next year.
Our next story takes us to Paris. A hanbok fashion show took place in Paris, often seen as the city of fashion. There was also an exhibition featuring different Korean traditional garments by designer Lee Yong-hee during her 40 years as a designer. Let's take a closer look.
A man wearing samogande and a woman with yeonji gonji are slowly walking side by side. All eyes are on the woman walking elegantly in hanbok embroidered with autumn leaves.
Fleurie. Pour moi, les femmes sont comme des fleurs quand elles portent ces vêtements et ça me touche beaucoup.
This is a hanbok fashion show in Paris, the home of fashion. Hanbok designer Lee Yong-hee used traditional fabrics like silk and rami cloth and gave them a modern touch to create 32 unique hanbok outfits. French students learning Korean at the Korean Cultural Center became models for the day.
명주, 모시, 문명을 홍두깨에서 막 빛을 내서 그러니까 세계에서는 아무도 나와 같은 옷을 못 만들어요. 그저 우리 천으로 옛식으로 해서 거기를 자꾸 발전을 시키는.
Lee also opened an exhibition that shows how hanbok has changed over the past 40 years. Those in the fashion industry are particularly interested in this harmony of tradition and modernity, the East and the West.
je trouve que Madame Lee a une façon de renouveler un vêtement traditionnel magnifique. Elle a une poésie magnifique.
This hanbok exhibition was open to all until the end of October.
Our next story takes us to the United States again. K-pop is spearheading Hallyu around the world. However, less famous indie artists are almost never seen in Hallyu. Now, there is an American online radio DJ who has fallen in love with Korea's indie artists. Let's find out more.
So we're going to start off with Epic High and Slow Motion from the Emotion album that was released.
It's a familiar Korean song. The DJ who chose this song is David Mann. He is the host of a weekly show called The Flying Burrito Music Show, which is broadcast on the online radio channel On Air Live. It features Korean music.
So I always mean to look through.
Mann has been hosting the show for 3 years with his smooth, witty banter.
So starting off the show, we had Linus's Blanket with Mommy, and I really like that band. They have such a wide range of sound and styles that they play.
Mann likes to show the hidden charms of Korean indie music, a genre that isn't well known in the U.S.
That haven't heard Korean music are always really surprised that, oh, these guys rap, these guys do boom bap, these guys do reggae.
Mann lived in Korea for 5 years from 2006, working as an English teacher, photographer, and actor. He was deeply impressed by the live music scene in Seoul's Hongik University area and has dedicated himself to spreading Korean indie music globally.
I thought it was strange, but like I said, he had a very natural knack to it. It's something that I saw on, while we were in the studio, I saw the passion that he had towards it.
Mann dreams of holding monthly DJ battles with a Korean theme. Far from Korea, he is dedicated to spreading Korean indie music.
Until then, 안녕히 가세요.
Moving on to our next story. In some parts of the world, garage sales are pretty common where people sell unwanted or unneeded goods in their garages. Over in southern San Francisco, however, there is a unique annual garage sale. Let's take a closer look.
This is Bernal Heights, a local neighborhood in southern San Francisco. Usually quiet, today it buzzes with activity. A large-scale treasure hunt has opened. They're happy to be able to pick up goods at cheap prices.
This beautiful jacket! Woohoo! Only $8.
Wow. Going to a party tonight, so this will be perfect.
You got the most amazing albums, Louis Armstrong, which is really nice.
Every family is holding a garage sale. From books, clothes, and music albums to antiques and furniture, all kinds of goods are waiting for new owners. While garage sales in the United States are common, today's event is a little different.
And everybody comes out and everybody walks around with their kids, and we all know each other, and it just brings the community closer together.
Some 150 residences are all having garage sales together. This annual event has been taking place for more than 10 years now.
Not only finding treasure hunting and nice things, but you also get to know your neighbors. So the more you know your neighbors, the more you look out for each other, and we're also about safety.
Participants get to know their neighbors better, and as a result, local security has improved. Moreover, over the past 5 years, part of the proceeds was donated toward local development.
The neighborhood center does a lot for seniors and youth in the neighborhood, and they run a lot. They have a lot of housing for low-income and minority people. So it gives a way to contribute back to the community, engage with the community, and have a good time doing it. And we raised about $3,000 this year.
The garage sales were initially held to get rid of unwanted goods, but now they are playing a role in the development of the neighborhood. For buyers and sellers alike, this community event will remain a meaningful one.
Our next story takes us to Berlin, Germany. Every September, the Berlin International Literature Festival takes place, featuring renowned authors from all over the world. This year, Korean author Han Kang of The Vegetarian was invited to read her book and meet readers. Let's find out more.
This theater is filled to capacity with some 150 people. The audience gives a round of applause when Korean author Han Kang comes up on stage. This is from the 16th Berlin International Literature Festival, one of the city's largest cultural festivals, along with the Berlin International Film Festival. This year, the organizers invited Han Kang to the event.
Wir freuen uns auch ganz besonders, dass Han Kang gekommen ist, für uns zu lesen und mit uns ein Gespräch zu führen.
Han's best-known piece, the Man Booker International Prize-winning The Vegetarian, was published in August in Germany. It is currently the nation's 11th best-selling novel.
Ich habe das Buch gelesen, als ich davon gehört habe, von der englischen Übersetzung, die den International Booker Prize bekommen hat. Und habe es dann gleich durchgelesen und an einem Stück, und ich war sehr stark beeindruckt. Insbesondere von den wirklich sehr starken Bildern und der Bildsprache der Autorin.
Und dass gerade Han Kang diesen Preis bekommen hat, war für alle sehr überraschend, aber auch sehr verdient, wie alle jetzt finden, die das Buch auch lesen konnten.
Han held reading sessions in Berlin, Munich and Frankfurt and met with her readers.
독일어를 읽지 못해서 정확하게 어떻게 지금 받아들여지고 있는지 알 수는 없지만 대략 만나본 몇 분들을 통해서 진지하게 어떤 저의 질문들을 공유하고 있다는 그런 느낌을 받았습니다.
It was a meaningful event for communicating with readers from other parts of the world and, of course, spreading Korean literature.
Moving on to our last story. There is a Korean robotics researcher and professor in New Zealand who aims to create a robot that can recognize human emotions and interact with humans. Let's take a closer look.
Robots chase after a ball the size of a ping pong ball. The teams are constantly on the offensive and the defensive. Cameras attached above the playing area detect the robot's locations. The data is transmitted to the robots, which act accordingly.
So I guess the strategy is different, really. So for example, some team, their defense might be stronger, like at the front, but they're weak on the side. So I guess it's interesting every year. You get to see different strategy.
There is a man who is acting as a referee and checking on the details of the game. He is Professor Ahn Ho-seok, who introduced this robot soccer match to New Zealand. Ahn has been researching interactions between humans and robots for a long time. In 2014, the University of Auckland in New Zealand offered Ahn a teaching position and free rein to conduct his research.
로봇을 제가 움직이게 하고 싶은 대로 움직이게 할 수 있고, 그래서 그거에 매료가 돼갖고 이제 로봇 축구 시스템을 만들다 보니까 이제 점점 좀 더 똑똑한 로봇, 좀 더 큰 로봇을 만들자 하다가 이렇게 여기까지 와게 됐습니다.
Over the past 3 years, Ahn developed an emotional decision model based on how humans express emotions. This model has been applied to androids as well as medical and service robots, and Ahn has published some 100 papers.
지금 연구하는 로봇은 일단 그 사람처럼 그 감정 표현을 풍부하게 할 수 있어요. 그 로봇 안에 이제 사람 근육, 그 사람의 얼굴 근육 그 시스템을 모델링을 해서 로봇을 설계했기 때문에 사람과 굉장히 비슷한 표정을 만들어낼 수 있고요.
Ahn's achievements have received global acclaim. Ahn was listed in the marquee Who's Who in the World 2016, and he was selected as one of the 2,000 outstanding intellectuals of the 21st century by the International Biographical Center, Cambridge.
He puts a lot of hard work in to make sure our robots are working in field trials, and it's quite a challenge to make robots work well outside the lab.
Ahn's robot philosophy emphasizes people above everything else. He wishes to research robots that can improve people's lives.
로봇이 사람들하고 같이 뭐 영화도 같이 볼 수 있고 희노애락도 같이 느낄 수 있는 로봇을 만드는 게 제 목표입니다.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. Located in the Transylvania region of Romania, Bran Castle is famous for its connection to the Dracula legend. And the castle will have overnight guests for the first time in almost 70 years. The host of this event is Dr. Stoker, a descendant of Dracula author Bram Stoker. The lucky couple will be treated to a candlelight dinner in the castle, and they will sleep in red velvet trimmed coffins just as Dracula did in the novel. It sounds a bit eerie, but for those who are interested, this may truly be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.